Well, good morning to everybody. Again, this is TP with Sweet Spot. I am determined to do some videos and to try to connect with like-minded people and to work toward all of the things that I believe is necessary that we work for and work toward in, as we go about our daily lives. It's such a nice thing to get to the place in your life where you need to be, as they say, control your own destiny, and I think that's fair. I really think that's fair. But before we get into it, and I do intend to incorporate other people that, especially in the music industry, some of my friends and colleagues from the Diplomats and the Skull Snaps. I think we were a terrific group. I don't care what you guys say about us, but we made very great music. And also, I intend to talk and chat with some people that are doing some wonderful and great things, especially a sister named Ashima. She goes under the name of Anne Renfro as she write her fiction and nonfiction books. Very soon, hopefully, we can really just start to move in that direction and make it happen. First of all, I want to say, and I don't have a way of doing this at this point when I go live, but I want to be able to have people to talk to people when I go live. And the way that you can do that is you can call 347-548-8673. Again, that's 347-548-8673. So at this present time of this viewing, at least you can write down the number and be prepared, because I'm going to let you know when I'll be going live again, so that you can check in with me and we can chat a bit on the phones. First of all, I want you to know that it's not going to be drawn out live dialogue. We just have to come to the point, ask your questions, say whatever your comments are, and we can make it happen. So, all right. So, like I say, I will be giving you more information about how to plug into that. But today, something's very, very much on my mind, and I heard somebody say, and I wonder if everybody would agree, or if you disagree, or you think it's wild and something that really we shouldn't try to deal with. But the saying is, when injustice becomes law, then rebellion becomes duty. That struck me very deeply, because this is something that we really do have to deal with, whether we want to or not. Injustice is something that I guess will always be around. People will not always do what is right. People will not always treat each other the way that they should treat each other. So we, uh, as long as we're living here on this earth, we have to try and make it the best of what the situations are. So again, when injustice becomes law, what do you think? Should rebellion becomes our duty? Well, we can say, well, what is rebellion? Okay, we can do, whatever a lot of people deem rebellion should be. One of the things that we always talk about is voting, and we have some elections and coming up in a lot of different arenas. So voting, I think, is one of the ways that we can make our voices heard. And I guess in some in some way, you consider it about rebellion by just voting. Uh, and so I certainly would encourage everybody, especially our youth, young people who are able of age to vote right now, to go sign up so that you can vote. But first of all, before you vote, make sure that you do your homework, look and see is who you have out there that's running for this thing or that thing or the other thing. I'm not going to tell you what and who and what issues, but just look and see and pay attention, and you'll know um, those that are running for those offices. You'll know whether or not they are talking about the things that's important to you and yours, your family, your friends. If you've got children, you know what's important for them, especially the school system or the employment situations, um, the housing situations. There's so many different areas that you need. You already know that there are things that you need to talk about, things that you need to think about, things that are not going well. So when you listen to the candidates for whatever positions they're running for, when you listen to them, see if they are talking about and if they are about doing those things that are important for you and yours again. So, okay, so when you go back and we start talking again about rebellion, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be of a violent nature, uh, but you do have to stand tall. You have to stand for what you believe in, and you have to speak your mind. And that's your right. That's your God-given right to do so. And so that's not something that you should feel uncomfortable doing. Um, so if again, when injustice becomes law, does rebellion become our duty as citizens of this country, citizens of the world? Yes. So that's one of the questions that would really struck me deeply, and I would love to get feedback on it. I would love to hear what you have to say and what your thoughts are about that particular issue. Okay, so so then, besides that, there are other things that we really need to talk about, I do believe, and that's another question I believe I would love to talk about. Some people say, well, we are living in the belly of the beast. What does that mean to you? I have an idea what it means to myself, but what does it mean to you? Do you think it rings true? Is it something that we should be talking about? Is it something that we should be discussing? And well, again, I'm just throwing out some issues and thoughts because, as I say, I'm not really in a position to allow people to come on as I do the live videos go live. So I just want to let you know again that this is the Sweet Spot. My name is TP or Tommy, and we can get to know each other and get to learn to have those dialogues, those talks, those moments of of dealing with each other on a mature and a humane basis that I'm sure that will be beneficial for all of us. If these videos that I intend to do in the near future, if they're not doing those things, or they're not bringing about the results that I believe is necessary for us to survive and to thrive in this society and in the world, then I'll just discontinue doing it because I'm not here just to hear myself talk. I'm not here to aggrandize myself. This is not about that at all. So, I mean, again, I just want to be able to see if we can come to some real conclusions about what it is that we're doing, what it is that we should be doing, how can we make life better for ourselves. Also, I think we need to spend some time at some point talking about one of the other situations that I feel is really important, and that is, what are we doing about our relationships, our families, our love lives? Do we really care about each other anymore? Do we really have love enough for each other? Do we care enough to say, I would like to have a soulmate where we can both join together, work together, have an agenda from the beginning that we can work towards, so that when little issues, trifling issues, things that really don't have a lot of validity to it, not a lot of value to it, but we have an agenda. So we have an agenda that can get us past those issues, those small issues. I know they come up. I know they're gonna spring up, little things that really sometimes it's aggravating. You think, oh my God, what did I get myself into? But those things really are things that can really be handled or dismissed very easily if we are, as I said before, as if we, from the very beginning, let's talk to each other, find out what is good for yourself, find out what's good for your partner, find out what it is that you can work together on, and set an agenda. If you want to move to another state or move to another community, or you want to go into business, or you want to raise a family, and So, what do you feel like the family should look like? Um, how do we how do we make sure that our financial situations, what does that look like in our lives? What do we want to see as in our financial situation? These are the kind of things that are really, really, really important, and you should really, I think we all should really pay attention to it from the very beginning, so that later on in life we don't have to struggle with those small things that come up. Uh, uh, yes, I know everybody has their personalities, and some of our personalities are a little off-centered, hard to deal with. But if we have an agenda, we can always say, well, I can put that aside because I know we're going this way. I know this is a path that we need to go and be following. And I'm gonna stick it out. I'm gonna give it every opportunity to be successful in it. So basically, again, those are some of the things that I really want to be able to see if we can't come to some kind of understanding about. And I think if we really work at it, if we're really serious and sincere, instead of being uh, coming to argue, to disagree, uh, to just put a stumbling block in our way. I don't really don't want that kind of a conversation, that kind of issues coming up. So I'm going to give it up for the day. And again, I just want you to know that in the near future, it's not just for me to sit here and talk and run off at the mouth. It's for everybody to become a part of it and to have your say. And let's make some things that are important for all of us to come to fruition. So right now, again, I haven't forgotten about my soul brothers and sisters, R&B singers. You know who you are, who's been out here struggling and are still maybe probably out here still struggling and have had real issues and problems in the business. I want you to feel free to come aboard and to talk. Let's talk, because we can talk about the issues that have been uh, problematic for all of us who've been into the business or who are in the business, and who should have the rightful compensation, who should have uh, the kind of exposure. We're not here to just be cash cow for those who would exploit our talent and our abilities and our time and energy. No, we're here because we want to make good music. We want to have lyrics that speak to the needs of communities, and who can and the kind of music that we can get back to where we talked about caring for one another, loving each other, being there for each other, and coming together. Trust and believe the music of yesterday is and can be, should be, music of today, because we need to be able to hear those things that make us proud of each other and make us care about each other and be be just be a catalyst to move forward in this world. Okay, so again, all of you groups and single R&B singers, well, not single, but as an individual, but the groups, men and women, um, musicians, we can talk about these things, and I think that's a real necessary conversation that we need to have. So I'm inviting you now to come aboard when we do have an opportunity to be able to take the calls on our live uh, future issues. Again, the number is 347-548-8673. TP on Sweet Talk. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I believe that you can do some text on YouTube. If you can do that, that will be fine too. Okay? I appreciate you. Thank you. Love you. God willing, we'll share that uh, in which we can move forward with. Love you. Have a great day. Stay close. Bye-bye.